Move with more grunt.
We're back at Simmons
standing
Stadium.
One thing I just want to say. Don't denigrate the EJ Whitten game in any
way
or what it stands for
hey,
He's getting early, Spud.
in men's health.
That's it. And Spud, see if you can get one of these out without completely slaughtering it.
Don't discourage people from attending to men's health ideas.
Everyone listening, just put down your mower, put down your... Just listen to this, because...
Take a breath, Spud. Just take a breath and regroup before you talk.
I heard something during the week that I thought was a bit harsh. Robert Walls on some other show having a crack at our mate BT. Have a listen to this.
I'm going to throw another brick, and
there's a big bag of bricks there.
This goes to Brian Taylor.
Brian Taylor, BT.
Yeah, and I hope I get him fair and square, because I don't want him coming after me either. Concentrate on calling the game, BT. You're a good caller. Don't try to be funny, because you're as funny as a toothache.
I think that's as funny as a toothache.
Yeah, while KB's saying his sides up, it really wasn't that funny, Wallsy. But anyway, I thought it was a bit harsh, JB.
Should take a leaf out of Wolsey's book and be as boring as batshit as he is.
I agree, but I'm sticking up for you after I heard that. I thought, no, that can't be right. But then, JB, last Saturday on the Rub about 12:07, have a listen to this attempt at humour.
Last Saturday, 12:07 p.m.
So we're at the colonoscopy clinic just down here in East Melbourne. We're waiting to go, and there's about 10 people in the room. You're all looking at each other going, you're having one too. Oh, and anyway, we've got the cameraman there to shoot it for Channel 7. And one of the guys sitting over in the corner there waiting for his colonoscopy said, shit, I didn't know the camera was going to be that big.
So Brian, is it true?
Had a 4-inch lens on it. That was quite
That's
funny.
Not too bad, Spud.
So, JB, when you get one that's not too bad, you probably put it in the drawer.
Hang on, that was quite funny.
You probably put it in the drawer, and you think,
that maybe... was very funny, Spud.
Maybe, with
I think that
functions...
Spud.
With functions going on during the September...
That better not be all you got.
No, it's not, because I thought it was about as funny as a kick in the pills, to be brutally honest. I thought it was just real boring. 3-8, that stuff that he dragged over from the other station. We were there for 5 years. He's starting to seep it in through the doors here. We need to eradicate it, JB, because I didn't think it was too good. And anyway, I'm driving around yesterday morning, and as you know, I've been criticised with the Brad Ottens joke, the pill, and I thought, no, just put it to bed and go to the middle of New South Wales where no one's heard it before.
Under the pump.
But he's gone not only on the same station, but have a listen to this yesterday.
Yesterday, 7:45 a.m.
It was interesting. I was in the waiting room having to wait for the colonoscopy. There's about 10 other guys in there all waiting to have the camera inserted and have a quick look. And the camera crew walked into this full waiting room. There were about 10 guys in there. They had the big cameras they use, the big 4-inch lenses, and there were 2 crews coming in. One guy said at the top of his voice in front of everyone, "Jesus, I didn't know the camera was that big."
Can't believe you've gone with that, Spud, especially given the fact they asked me the question.
No, Brian, you just don't go with the same boring joke.
Spud, is
2 weeks. That's it.
Please play the punchline.
No. It's real blast. Oh, crap, Brian. Absolute crap. And I know.
Let's roll the punchline.
that is the punchline. It wasn't funny the first time. How was it going to be funny the second time, Brian?
What was the punchline?
Yeah. Oh, go to the retirement home villages and run that sort of crap. Not on the highest rating show on a Saturday, Brian. Just get it back to 3AW, Brian.
Man. Okay. Hello. Could you just roll the punchline for Spud? No. Spud, you've gone nuts 2 weeks in a row now.
Brian, Walsey was right, mate. You
completely
lost
lost
it. Suspension. If you run, you've got about 30 functions over September. If you run with that boring crap, everyone will get up out of the seats and walk out, Brian.
Spud, honestly.
You put production into that.
I did, but I thought
you dressed it up as good as you can.
To one of our booths and actually put production.
And you've edited out the question that they actually asked me.
I spent half the day yesterday
to relay the story.
You did.
Doing that. I had to do a lot of things at home.
You've had a shocker.
No, I haven't, Brian.
You remember your career when you first started? And you couldn't, you didn't get it done. And it's a bit like that at the moment. You're just starting off in radio and you're not quite getting it done.
Brian, you would admit that is as boring.
You're like the golfer. You're taking windies at the moment.
No, boring as batshit, Brian. That is real rib ticket. You might be able to do it over there with Tim Lane and Timmy Lane over there. The other Sam McClure. They might laugh and chortle and break a couple of ribs with that crap.
Spud, I want you to
as
be honest.
distinct from over here, where you don't stop talking.
Spud, I want you to be honest. Are you disappointed with where that one ended up?
Well, I am, because you are a skinny little prick. Because you said you'd go with me.
That's his weakest piece.
Don't chip it on me.
No, well,
I had no idea what you were doing.
But I need a bit of support. Seriously.
Spud, it's official.
It's
official.
Look,
You've lost the plot.
No, I haven't lost the plot.
Purple's giving you nothing. You drove for an hour in the car with him.
I just feel whatever I bring to the table at the moment, JB, you do the complete opposite.
He drove for an hour in the car with you. Where was his support?
You're a double agent. You're a double agent, Warrior.
Well,
we went through that for 15 minutes in the car.
No.
And you said this is going to be one
had
of your
we gone
greatest...
through with it for 15 minutes, it might have worked.
He's giving you nothing,
You
Spud.
said it's going to be one of my greatest days. And just on that, Warrior, you be very, very careful.
I can't be working with crackpots.
Remember this time last year? No, sorry, the Brownlow?
Oh, no.
Warrior went to the toilets and
Yes.
loose beverage and he squeezed his head to an inch of its life.
Yes.
You've become a real smacker.
Now, there's round 2 just around the corner. As we know, there's a lot of functions. And Brad Scott is obviously a little bit prickly at the moment.
Yeah,
He's
I
prickly
did.
with two people in
actually
particular.
received the-
I did say to Warrior to give him a very wide berth. over
And
this month.
Even after
David
last night.
King, better be watching. He might get one in
Yeah.
his little
Yes.
wide
Yep.
midriff at the moment. He's
Even
a-
after last night's show, Jim, I got a call on the way home, and then
Yeah.
I got another call on the way down here
Good.
today to
So-
remind me to stay well clear.
I
Maybe a
I
2-kilometre radius.
I think
think
you're
that's-
overthinking. I
that's
think
the
you're
safest
overthinking
distance.
and over-planning.
Yeah,
No,
I
we're
think
not.
there's definitely some over planning happening, Spud.
No, there's not, because
That's
the Virgin,
production. We don't normally have production added to bits.
the Virgin All-Australian team on Thursday night.
When you take time to get things done, Spud, they've
I'll
got to
get
be
stuffed.
really slick. That was really dry.
You blokes have had a chat on the own.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? Look at them.
That was dry.
I reckon they
That
drove
was-
down together.
Not said a word.
That was dry nut rash style thing. That was really just hanging there.
There was something to work with, Spud. You just
Yeah.
didn't quite pull it
Oh,
off.
now
though.
Purple's going.
Warrior, hey, now, Thursday night All-Australian team.
Yep.
Brad Scott will be there.
Yep.
Crikey.
Don't go to the toilet when he goes to the toilet. That's all I'll say. Behind closed doors.
I'll go when they're talking.
I think he'll
announcing
use-
the team meeting.
Yeah, round 2 was Beveridge last year, Brad Scott this year. Now, you reckon Luke was pretty hot under the colour?
Luke does scare me. I'm not so
Yeah,
worried
I
about
think
Brad.
I think
not
Brad,
so worried about
I think
Brad.
that bottom jaw of Brad might just sort of get a bit
Knock on the
square.
door.
And
Wolsey wants to have a cup of tea with his Spud.
oh yeah,
Hey, just heard Dean Kent out for Melbourne. Matt Jones in. No change for the Cats. We need to get to a break. As I said, we've got Paul Roos to join
a
us.
solid team in here.
Gil McLaughlin, Scott Selwood, big show before we get to the Cats and the D's. The original club, Spud, in the AFL, these two. First to ever play in the VFL way back in the day.
Powder puff stuff, Spud.
Yeah.
Spud,
What?
you made. I think you need to look to your right, because after an hour in the car, it was a very flat bit of support.
He bored me crapless.
He's
Bored me
brought the
absolutely crapless, JB Warrior.
brought the trumpet in. It's yet to blow it. I wonder what it's going to be blowing for.
Yeah, well, you just keep those cracks for the other 5 years you were at some dead station,
The
whatever it
fair
was.
jig.